Alright, what up, gamers? It's time to do Baldur's Gate stuff, I guess. I just got done doing Sonic Adventure 2 for SG's thing, and man, that's I could not kill the final boss. I could not defeat the Bio Lizard, even though I've done it 1 billion times before, and it's really easy. So that's a bad sign. I think poor gameplay is incoming, like even worse than usual from me today. But we'll see. Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance isn't exactly a high skill game. But yeah, we are right at the end of Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance. We have to go into the Onyx Tower. There's probably like a couple floors of dungeon to go. But the plan is... The fuck? This is just because I have a couple saves already. Wait, the game cannot create all types. Existing save data maybe... Okay, then we're fine. I'm just gonna have to clear out my memory card after this. But yeah, we're pretty close to the end. I remember my plan is... Get in here. I guess this is the save. It was made second. Yeah, we've got everything. We come in here. I've got 142 extra healing potions. I spent all my money on it. I'm pretty close to a level up. So the plan is we're going to get that level up. And then I'm going to run past every enemy in the game after that. Because you just don't need to kill them. Ooh. Kind of get on top of this thing. That's my plan. And hopefully that'll conserve health potions until whatever boss at the end, and then I can just tank hits. But this is the point of no return, and there's no more shops after this. So the 142 health potions that I've got are just going to have to last me the rest of the game. Whatever that means. Also, I'm going to start the timer before I forget. But yeah, I don't anticipate this taking super long, so we will definitely get a bunch of progress in the next game as well. I'm gonna try to save over slot 2 though, just in case I have to back out for something. Just in case I realize I've made a horrible mistake. Even more free health potions. Yes, please. That's an extra, so we can dump. At this point, I can't sell stuff anymore, so, like, might as well. Oh, I just dumped my actual weapon. I think I just dropped my actual weapon on the floor. Where is that thing? Hello?
I'm carrying a mule's weight.
Hang on. hang on. Mistakes have been made. Mithril Morning Star, equip that. Okay, perfect. Hey, Xana. Yeah. Oh, I wasn't paying attention to my health in the slightest. Whoops. Wait, it's like shuffling my save slots around. Like, slot 2 does not stay slot 2. It bumps it up into the slot 1 position. That's what's getting me. But yeah, at the start of Act 3, I went and bought a bunch of armor. Because I figured, hey, everything's been killing me really fast, so armor might finally be good to invest in instead of just more damage. So I bought the armor, and I gotta say, it's done basically nothing for me. The armor was a complete waste of my money, and I shouldn't have bought it. I mean, maybe things would be even worse for me if I hadn't bought it. But, it kind of seems like armor in this game is crap. and you just want to dump all your money into insane DPS and healing potions, and that's it. It does annoy me, but it's something you just kind of get used to. Like, eventually, it comes to a point with this game where you're not really even looking at the game. You're just looking at the map, you know? Damn, they knew that the point of no return was a thing. They're really showering me with health potion drops. Can I have that? Extra healing. No. Yeah, I don't know what kind of person is just like browsing video game streams on YouTube. But like, I can't imagine they're the best chatters in the world. Dude, this is annoying. I'm saving, even though I'm surrounded by like 6 enemies. Just trying to get my 1 level up, and then I can ignore everybody. Sure that this is worth it. I'm using like 1 billion potions on these guys. I'm not sure they're worth it. Yeah, the fire damage is very negligible, right? The fire is like a bunch of 1s. It kind of sucks. I mean, when it's 1 damage on top of like the 100 that I do per hit, it kind of doesn't matter, I don't think. At that point, I'm not convinced it matters. Yeah, exactly. Man, I think these statues, the gold statues that have poison breath, I think they're just like always worth running past. Because the poison breath is way too annoying to deal with. Like, poison is extremely OP in this game. It's so annoying. Yeah, but there's like no enemies in the game that take 100 hits to kill. Like, not even the bosses take that many hits. So... I mean, maybe against bosses you would save like 1 hit. But that's assuming it's not even +1. Alright, now we got Minotaurs. These guys are free. The Minotaurs are just XP pinatas. They're really stupid. They almost never actually hit you with anything. You have to love Minotaurs to be a Hercules N64 speedrunner. It just sort of comes with the job. You have to love Minotaurs. As a Gamecube thing player, I also have grown to love Minotaurs over time. I have to drop a bunch of crap. Drop. Drop, drop, drop. Drop. The good news is that PS2 thing is never happening. So I don't have to worry about that. There are a bunch of really enticing PS2 games, though. Like, I should play more PS2 games casually than I do. I should play more games casually than I do in general. I'm just, like, always up to some shit instead, you know? Yeah, the RPGs are what kill it for me. That's the problem. The RPGs are absolutely what kill PS2 thing for me. Way too many. Also, just the fact that, like, it's kind of dumb to even think about, because by the time I got the PS2 thing, you know, I gotta get through the Xbox and the Gamecube first, so... There's a lot, dude. We were talking about this yesterday, there's like 7 dot hack games or something. There's like, I mean, I can't even begin to try to name every RPG on the PS2, but there's like 7 dot hack games. There's like 2 Personas, 2 Digital Devil Sagas, 2 Raidou games. And Nocturne, so that's 7 SMTs. You got... Oh, there's my last level. Alright, time to skip everybody. There's like the Xeno Saga trilogy. Is it? Yeah, Xeno Saga is the PS2 ones. There's 3 of those. Shadow Hearts trilogy. There's at least a couple Phantasy Star games. I think like Phantasy Star, or not Fantasy. Well, yeah, I think there's like a Phantasy Star universe on there or something. But there's like Star Ocean, there's Valkyrie Profile 2, there's Dragon Quest 8. Hey, nothing wrong with the 2 Evergraces. Those are not a problem. Nothing wrong with Evergrace 1 and 2. Those are quality games. For quality gamers. But yeah, if you want to go there, there's a bunch of old FromSoft jank. Like, there's, I want to say Kingsfield 4. Eternal Ring. PMC played that on stream a while ago. There's a lot. I've probably named like at least 20 RPGs. That's not that many. There's a ton more that I haven't named. But those are all like the big series that come to mind, you know? Ow. Right into the big explosive projectile. Low quality racing games are fine. You just hold down the drive button and you drive. Nothing wrong with a low quality racing game. Ephemeral Fantasia. Jesus, what? Yeah, Okage Radiata Stories. Those 2 games are on there as well. Dark Cloud 1 and 2. Steambot Chronicles. Yeah, everyone likes Dark Cloud 2. I'll try my best to not talk too much shit. I don't know anything about it really, so I can't talk too much shit. There's that fucked up Gundam JRPG that keeps showing up in PMC's polls. That's like a secret Gundam game. It's like not even in the name. Yeah, MS Saga. Nice try, Bandai. Oh, okay, that just looped right back around. So that was nothing. Alright, kill me so I can load back over there. Gundam True Odyssey Legend of the Lost G. Legend of the Lost G is pretty funny for a name. Oh, I didn't even count the Final Fantasies. I don't know how I genuinely missed that until now. But you got Final Fantasy 10 and 12 and 11, but not really 11 anymore. The Black Forge, X2. I think we're getting somewhere, gamers. We're in the Black Forge. Man, imagine if I fought through all of this. It'd take like an hour. Yeah, I said Dragon Quest 8. I don't think the legend is that it's shitty. People like X2. Huh. Well, I guess we're going a different way. Kingdom Hearts 1, 2, and a remake of the GBA one, recoded, or Chain of Memories, not recoded. Recoded is a DS game. Huge dude alert. We got a huge dude. Hall of Remembrance. Excuse me? This is the Hall of Remembrance? I can't hang... What? The stairs aren't working. I mean, sure, as a percentage of the library, but like as a lump sum, it's a whole lot. Excuse me, the stairs aren't working. Why is this room not on the map? It's a fantasy wall. Look at this. You go through the wall, I think. Yeah. No, I didn't know that there were unmapped rooms. Oh, here we go. Those stairs were fake all along.
They echo upon the flagstones. Your breath stirs the dust.
Celadon, the first captain of the company of the Westerling Sun. I totally read that as Wrestling Sun. The first president of the World Wrestling Foundation. Spirits are shackled to the walls. Eldrith.
We are doomed to stand, to remember, and to wait for Eldrith's release. And our own. Who is Eldrith?
Eldrith the Betrayer, the Traitress of Swords, of the Westerling Sun. That's very ironic. I don't have time. I need to go up the stairs. Please activate the stairs, Celadon. Waiting for battle. She knows you're here, and she's attempted to seal you within the hall. Yep. She turned off the stairs. Even if she is the mistress of the tower, the spirits are in the tower too. Some chance to reason with her. Maybe this game will have a speech check at the end, but my guy's intelligence is like 4, so he'll fail it. Become a creature of vengeance, and battle is all she understands. If I defeat... Eldrith's will is tied to the tower. When she's slain, the tower also dies. Will fall into the elemental plane of fire. You cannot escape the tower while she lives, and not after she's dead. Can you not use the way you entered to escape? No, that was a one-way trip. I mean, they made a sequel to this game, so we definitely do escape from the tower. Perhaps there's some manner by which the gates can be used to escape. Does Eldrith have weaknesses? No. I feel like I've been able to ask that about every boss, and the answer has always been no. You just have to hit it until it dies. Be careful you do not approach within striking distance of her blade.
Eldrith has given much of herself and her spirit to this tower, so she
Much of herself? Okay, this actually is an answer. We have to do something with the tower. If the tower is linked to her, then a blade forged from the walls of the tower and constructed on the Black Forge. Huh.
I wish that we could. We are trapped here in Seoul and cannot leave.
Can you guard me while I rest? Celadon, do you have any potions to sell me?
May the gods
Well, I'm just gonna go without the sword forged from the walls of the tower in the Black Forge. I'm just gonna, like, can you kill her by just hitting her a whole bunch? Or do I need to go back downstairs and try to figure that out?
So, the dogs of Baldur's Gate once again hound me, and all the way to my sanctuary this time, though it lies a horizon's distance from their walls. Can it be they fear me that
Their army
much?
is scattered.
Surrender. Ha! I who have bested
On
death.
behalf of Baldur's
I
Gate,
am
I
nothing.
demand you
I
surrender.
served Baldur's Gate with all of my first life, only to be repaid with betrayal. They cost me a battle, the lives of my soldiers, and my... Now you dare to invade my fortress, demand my surrender?
Who's we?
I
If we
shall
cannot
not bend
sway you
my
from
knee
your
to
course,
you
then
or
we will
them
stop
ever.
you.
An
Who's
eternity
we?
may die before I would ever consider. Then you shall die. Know that as long as I stand, the war against Now, let...
Do you think the Dark Alliance character knows about chat? I'm just gonna be spamming the R button. I have like 150 potions for a reason. 0 damage. That's a bunch of zeros. Okay, we're fine, actually. The second I get hit with anything, I'm just gonna mash the R button to full health. I can tank it. Wait, is she getting bigger? Was she always this huge? I got her. That's gotta just be phase 1 though, right? She's gonna turn into a big monster.
And so it has come to pass
Oh.
that I shall die
Maybe
twice.
not.
And this second time shall be the last. The tower will not hold. You must leave this place. I ask your forgiveness.
That was it?
Let anger
How lame,
cloud
I didn't
my
even need the
vision.
sword forged
hound
from the
those
walls
who
of the
had
Onyx
sworn to
Tower
serve
in the Black Forge.
In all these
I feel like
things,
that would be kind of a fun
the
thing if you had to go
has been
get that.
done.
Instead I just
Let
smacked her with the
Baldur's Gate
Morning
have its
Star of
peace.
Fire +3 or
I
whatever
shall
I've
not
got.
rise again to challenge it, though it will doubtless need others such as you to defend it from others that wish it harm. Now, leave me to die. This tower shall be my tomb.
I'm glad we were able to talk some sense into her though. Very like Kazuma Kiryu, where you beat someone up and then they become a good guy. An escape sequence would be sick, but it looks like we're not getting one. If you had to go all the way back down the tower with like a timer, that would be sick, but nope, this is probably the ending.
Rained upon the tower, and flames as if from within. And thus, in a storm of fire and lightning, Eldrith died her second death.
Dude, this lizard man, this must be the lizard man who's been helping
Larger
us.
design.
It is done. Eldrith is undone. And her threat to us and our plans has been ended.
The tower's collapsing and he's like, wasn't me.
Now we may continue without interference, Master.
Just slowly scooting away from the tower.
Where did the portal lead? It led to a far distant land, Far from Baldur's Gate, far from the Sunset Mountains, far from the Marsh of Chalimber, and far from safety. But that is a tale for another time.
Hey, see y'all in the sequel. Done. But that is a tale for Xbox thing. Wait, design Chris Avallone. Isn't he that guy? That fucking guy. Yeah, the whole game was very easy. Like, I bet that I could have run past most of the enemies in this game and it would have been fine. Music by Jeremy Soule. He is that guy. The gang's all here. Cam Clark? Which one was Cam Clark? Man, I recognize like 90% of those voice actors. They really did get quite the cast for this. Yeah, isn't that the guy from The Office? I haven't, I think so. Interplay.com/Dark Alliance. 404, page not found. You know, interestingly enough though, if you go to interplay.com, the very top of the page is advertising Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance, the HD version. So like, there you go. Some things never do change. I don't know who owns Interplay nowadays. Like that, there's no way Interplay still exists, right? This is definitely some company that bought the name. John would like to thank his wife and their son John. Wow. Good job, John, naming your kid after you. Anyway, that's Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance, I guess. There you go. Was quite the video game. A lot shorter than I expected. That ending also took not nearly as long as I thought it was going to take. I thought there would be like an hour left in the game and not like 25 minutes, and that's how long there actually was. But anyway, let's go ahead and wrap it up. Let's do the wrap-up thing. So that was Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance, game 380. 380. Beat it in 7 hours and 20 minutes, which, yeah, I mean, going in, like a while ago, if you had asked me, I would have thought this would be like a 20-hour game. But it turns out it's not a 20-hour game. So that's good. 7 is pretty reasonable for something like this. There was absolutely a sewer level. In fact, the first level in the game was the sewers. Well, technically it was the cellar, but then you went straight into the sewers, and there was multiple floors of sewer. So definitely hard check on the sewer level. That's good. As for what I thought about the game, it was mostly boring. The RPG mechanics are very opaque. Like, you would get a sword that was like badass sword of killing +2, and it's like, well, +2 what's? What does that even mean? And just like every number in the game was like that, where just every number felt like it really lacked context, where I just didn't even know what anything was doing. Like there was items called like the Ring of Rejuvenation +4, and I'm like, oh, rejuvenation, that sounds good. Like, okay, that's MP regen, that's what that is. So it's like, like, I would love if there was text in-game that said that, and I didn't have to rely on a D&D nerd in the chat to just know that rejuvenation means MP regen, but, you know, whatever, I guess. You didn't really have to fully understand the RPG mechanics, because at the end of the day, the game was extremely easy. The level ups were pretty, like, bad. Like, all of the level ups that you could buy just, like, don't even do anything. Like, it was just, like, gain +1 damage, and it's like, oh, great, I'm doing 50 with every hit. +1 isn't gonna fucking, like, move the needle. Like, I killed the final boss in probably about 50 hits. So, like, maybe the final boss died 1 hit sooner as a result of me spending the entire game dumping points into extra damage. Like, that's your reward. Kill final boss 1 hit faster. So it's just like really stupid. So the RPG mechanics in this game totally fall flat. I'll say as well, outside of that, the game was sort of lacking in intrigue for me. Like, I was thinking about this last night. Compare this game to like I was just playing Final Fight Streetwise, right? And in Final Fight Streetwise, the gameplay, it's a 3D beat 'em up, which I usually don't like, but it was kind of like, it's a 3D beat 'em up, but the cutscenes are really good, and the level themes are good, and you're constantly moving around, so I'm kind of engaged in the game anyway, where I'm like, I want to see where this goes. I want to see what the next weird boss is going to be. I want to see the next goofy cutscene where something stupid happens. You know, I want to see the game out, so I keep playing it, and I had a fun time. This game sort of has nothing like that, where it's just like, the only thing waiting behind this floor of sewer dungeon is another floor of sewers with the same 3 enemies, and then eventually we'll get to go to a mountain, and then there's 3 floors of mountain, and it's just kind of like, it's just lacking in any sort of like dynamic interest. I don't know how to put it. Like, imagine if there was like, I was thinking about this. Imagine if like you get to the bottom of the thieves' den and you kill the beholder guy, and then it's like, oh shit, while you were away, they attacked Baldur's Gate, and then you take the teleport back to Baldur's Gate, and there's like a Baldur's Gate on fire dungeon you do. Just like some sort of like interest in the plot like that. It would just be like, that would do so much to make this a much more compelling game for me. But they never pull anything like that. It's always just like, now you must climb the mountain. Congrats on climbing the mountain. Now you must go through the swamp. And it's just like everything just works for the protagonist. The plot just doesn't exist. The plot is just, you start at point A and you must walk to point B to defeat the bad guy. And the quote-unquote plot is just you continually walking there. So like, it's pretty crap. But like, now that I've shit on it for the last 7 minutes, it's not that bad. Like, I'm between a 2 and a 3 for this. I don't really have anything nice to say about the game, which makes it hard to give it a 3. But like, it's not bad. I mean, it is, but like, if you're the kind of person who wants to play something like this on the GameCube, this is pretty much your only option. And it's not like horrible. You know, you can smash through all the dungeons and then I guess do it again on a higher difficulty. And it's not like offensive to the senses. So I'm still just gonna give it a 2. It's a high 2. I do this a lot with games that other people like that I don't. I end up giving them 2s. That's like a lot of games end up in the 2 bin, where it's just like, I think this is shit and devoid of quality, but everyone else seems to like it, and I guess it's doing nothing super wrong, so there. Like I put like all the JRPGs in the 2 out of 5 category. This sort of same sort of vibe. But that's that. There is a Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance 2. It is on the Xbox, not the GameCube. So at some point I'll have to play Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance 2. There's also another game kinda like this called Summoner on the GameCube. That's sort of the other dungeon crawler-y, action-y RPG thing. So look forward to Summoner, I guess, if you're into this. That's like, if this is already like discount Diablo, Summoner is like discount Diablo.